30 days ago, Exquisite Corpses made its debut and jumped right to the top of the list. 60 days ago, VeeFriends Pack surprised everyone with a strong showing nobody saw coming. And 90 days ago, it was truly a brand new day for Spider-Man. Let's see how these books are holding up in the market today and what it means for collectors and readers alike. It's time for 30, 60, 90 Look Back. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Izzy, and welcome to today's edition of 30, 60, 90 Look Back, where we take a look at the books that were hot 30 days ago, 60 days ago, and 90 days ago from the cover price top 10 list. We take a look at their number one book, and we're going to compare the numbers to what they are today. Today, we got three really interesting, very different books. Each one of them have their significance, and we're going to go right into it. Are they still worth the hype? Make sure you take a moment to hit that like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content that you're watching, and make sure you leave a comment there. It really does help out. But before we do that, just want to let you know that I'm also part of Global Comics Watch, and here's the bumper. Special thanks to Global Comics for helping out the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started with that very first book that you see, the large book in the image, and that is Exquisite Corpse number 1. This was the hot book a month ago, and this was the Michael Walsh secret foil variant that came out in 2025 for Image Comics. During that time, in that week, in June 2nd, it was going for $126 near mint. However, as of today, the price has dropped. The last recorded sale is $99 at a near mint. So it's not much of a drop. It's about a $27 drop. So it's not that big of a deal. Weekly units sold then was 8, and now we're up to 20 units sold within a 30-day period. Raws were going for $89. The graded copies, which was really pre-sales, are going for $137, 9.8. While as of today, the price actually bumped up to $1 with the raws at $90. And the graded copies are actually really high, almost hitting that $200 mark with $194 and 9.8. Again, these are pre-sales because there really aren't that many slabs recorded. As of right now, there's only 4 CGC slabs recorded for this book. There's more coming in as they go. It usually takes about 30, 60 days for it to happen. However, we do have a high sale of this book at $250 for a 9.8, and that was in June 18th of 2025. People are gravitating towards this new James Tynion book, which features pretty much the concept of the Purge meets the Hunger Games, but it also includes this wealthy families. There are only 2 issues, and you could pretty much pick up these books for cover price if you get some second printings or reprints of the books. They're out there if you want to read it. You are also able to read it on a digital platform like Global Comics. So go check out Exquisite Corpse number 1. It's one that people have been talking about. Our next book here in our list is one that's really interesting. It's not really a book, rather than it's a pack. And we're talking about VeeFriends number 2. It is the sealed collector pack, which was limited to only 3,000 copies. It came out in 2025 for VeeFriends LLC. Now, what is VeeFriends? You may have heard of the man named Gary Vee, and he's really largely part of NFTs and things like that. This was I believe it was a whatnot sale that took place 2 months ago, 60 days ago, and it was fire. They sold everything, and we could see it on that week on May 5th. The pack sold for $150, but as of today, it has dropped significantly to about $4. In fact, you could probably even catch it for much lower than $40. I've seen $12. I've seen $15 for these packs because people were hunting them down as they did. But if you look at the weekly units sold in the 60-day period, it's actually a pretty good increase from 61 sales to 220 sales within that time frame. The Raws are now we're going for 61 near mint. There are no graded copies because it is a value pack. It is a collector pack. So these are not getting slabbed. $43 is the fair market value today for a near mint copy. And the high sell did happen way back in May. So even before this was number one, that same week, the high sale was $150. That was on May 1st. And as I mentioned, there are no CGC copies because this is a pack rather than anything that's going to be graded. So the content from what's inside could be graded, but what people were hunting for was for those packs specifically on the day it came out. And we probably won't see this be hot again until issue 3. There is an issue 1 that features cover art by J. Scott Campbell that a lot of people are still trying to track down. So who's to say when issue 3 ever hits, which could be a couple of months from now or even a year from now, this pack will probably rise up in value for a little while as well. But for the meantime, those who want it got it, and that's pretty much the way it's going to stay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the book that was hot 90 days ago. And what we're referring to here is The Amazing Spider-Man 546. This book came out in 2008 from Marvel Comics. 90 days ago, this was the hottest book. On April 7th, it sold for $170 at a 9.8. That was the highest sale. As of today, the last sale is $115 for a 9.8, which it's still pretty good for its price because back then there was 143 units sold that week. But as of today, we have about 300 units that was sold since then. The book is still hot because of a couple of factors. I'll tell you what they are in a minute. Raws are going for $23 and $180 for 9.8 then, while they're now dropped to $14 near mint and $151 for 9.8. High sale was $280 at a 9.8, and that was in January of 2022, so it was a while ago. There's only 770 copies in the census. It's actually increased by about 5 from the last time we spoke about this book. But the filming has now begun for the latest Spider-Man 4 movie, which is why this book is hot in the first place. The title of the new Spider-Man movie is called Brand New Day, Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's going to feature a lot of characters. We already have confirmation that the Punisher is going to be in it. There's rumor that Bruce Banner is going to be in it, the Incredible Hulk. We have several villains that have been announced. We also have characters that we don't know are going to be part of the movie. There's a possibility that we may get an MJ, a new MJ, or a Jean Grey, or a Felicia Harding character. We don't know. There's just a lot of characters that are being built up in this story. Mr. Negative, Boomerang, Scorpion. This story is packed from what we hear. I'm a little concerned by that because I don't like too many characters in one movie. I like it to be focused very small with the characters so I can focus on that character or that villain or that story. Again, we're going back to this issue of can Spider-Man hold the movie by himself without some supporting character? And apparently it doesn't seem to happen. And I think that's a Marvel Studios versus Sony thing that happens where we need to have these characters interact in some way. I don't know. I am excited to see Punisher though, and I want to see how he interacts with Peter Parker. Also, I'm excited to see what could the potential be with Bruce Banner. Does he still know he's Peter Parker? Because in the comic books, he knows he's still Peter Parker. He knows he was Spider-Man. So there is some stuff to go along, and there's a lot of questions to be asked. But this is one of those books that I honestly believe will remain hot right now. It has dipped a bit because there's not a lot of talk about it, but now that there is talk about production, I will see an uptick happen. I'm almost guaranteed an uptick will happen. Maybe not to a number one, but it will increase in value again because people are being reminded that this movie is happening and this movie is coming out. The next time we'll see an uptick really is when we see a trailer, which could happen within a couple of months. So be on the lookout for Amazing Spider-Man 546. It's at a low right now, but it might be a good time to grab it if you do not have a copy of it. And with that said, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy this content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these books. Did you get Exquisite Corpses? Are you one of the very few people that decided to get the VeeFriends comics? and your general excitement for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you at the next one. Until then, Excelsior. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.